back to Pillar Sports. Today we are looking at the weekend preview. We are looking about the whole situation in the Premier League, and I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions on what and how the games are going to go, who I think is going to win the game, and how the situation is going to pan out for the weekend. Of course, this is the Premier League. I think this is going to be week 30. No, we got 12 more games, so we are talking about week 20, 28-ish, in that nature. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big weekend. I think the weekend starts with Leicester City versus Brentford. That is tomorrow at 3 o'clock. One thing about this game is that Leicester City, though they have started playing a lot better than they usually are, however, they have not been able to get the points that they should. And Brentford is such a good side, especially with Brian Mbeumo and Wisa firing on all cylinders. They have been able to actually dispatch a lot of teams that they were meant to and get draws that they against the big sides and situations like that. So this game, I think, is not going to be very, very easy because they are going to the Foxy Stadium. I think we are going to be having a draw in this game. I think it might be a 2-2 draw or a 1-1 draw, depending on how the game goes. Of course, the threats for Leicester City is going to be Jamie Vardy, which is crazy to even think about, that a 38-year-old man is still doing it in the Premier League and still the star man for his side, Leicester City, that he absolutely loves. And of course, for Brentford, we are looking at Brian Mbeumo and, of course, Wisa. So that is what I'm going to be saying in that situation. I think it's crystal clear about what that has to offer in terms of the game. The next game, we are looking at Everton versus Manchester United. This is going to be the last time that Manchester United are going to be playing Everton at the Goodison Stadium. So if there's anything that we have seen, is that David Moyes has been able to galvanize the Evertonians, galvanize this squad in a way that they got what I regarded as one of the biggest games in terms of the derby, basically the Scousers derby versus Everton versus Liverpool. That last goal from, who was it, Tarkovsky, was absolutely ludicrous. And you know the likes of Beto and Jai is unfortunately injured, so he's not going to be playing. Gardner, Calvert-Lewin at some point. They got the Dakori. They have so many good players in that team. You have Jackson. Is it Jackson? That's his name. The guy that played for Leeds. But this is a team that David Moyes has just been able to have them play the basics and still have them win games. I think he has gotten a lot of points, or the maximum points that he could, since he has come back to Everton in his second stint. So this is going to be a tough game for Manchester United. And looking at Manchester United, of course, are still dealing with a lot of injuries. Last games against Spurs that we lost, Manchester United's bench was full of 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, 18-year-olds, literally the academy players, and with Victor Lindelof kind of babysitting them. So this game is going to be a tough one. I do believe Manchester United are going to come up with a 1-0 draw, a 1-0 win in this game. Now that I said draw, I don't even know if we can win this game, but we absolutely need to win this game. And I think I'm looking at this via like my Man United rose-tinted glasses. So I do want us to win. So I believe that we are going to win this game 1-0. It's at the Goodison Park, and we absolutely just need to start racking up points. And then the next game we're looking at, Bournemouth versus Wolves. I think this is quite simple in terms of the game. Wolves have very good attacking options, especially with Mateus Cunha. However, Bournemouth are just firing. They just know how they want to play. Ariola absolutely have them drilled to the T, and I think it's going to be a 2-0 Bournemouth win, if not more, because once Kluivert starts scoring, you have Semenyo start scoring. It literally opens the floodgates. It does for Bournemouth. The next game we are looking at Ipswich Town versus Tottenham. Now this is going to be my upset. I think this is where I believe Ipswich Town is actually going to take all 3 points. I'm going to be predicting a 2-0 loss for Tottenham in this situation. Yes, they defeated Manchester United in their last game, but they are a team that I show shot of confidence that going to Ipswich Town, which is a hard place to go, is going to be absolutely devastating for me, in my opinion. Especially with the likes of Madison coming back from injury, Son getting a bit of his pace back. I don't think they are actually going to win this game because the likes of Liam Delap, all those players, Hutchison, they are ready. They are ready to fight for their position in the Premier League, and that is the difficult part. They are facing relegation, and anybody playing any relegation team right now is honestly going to be getting a fight for their lives. So the next game we are looking at Southampton and Brighton. I think this is quite a simple one. Brighton is absolutely going to dispatch Southampton very easily, which is, I don't want to kind of make it a thing where I know Southampton are the weaker side, so I'm going to go for, no. Brighton are just too good. They are just really good, and that's kind of my opinion in this situation. Then we have Arsenal versus West Ham. This is a big game for Arsenal. All the pressure is on Arsenal. Now, you have what's the new coach for West Ham that is figuring out what West Ham have in their squad, that has an opportunity to actually spoil the party for Arsenal. Arsenal, of course, after watching Liverpool drop 2 points against Aston Villa, would want to capitalize and get this tally to 5 points in terms of difference between them and Liverpool. If they do not win this game, I think they start kind of crapping on the bed, because I think this is where you kind of find out whether Arsenal are ready to win the Premier League, and will Arteta be brave enough to start Mikel Merino as that number 9 position, because boy, the way he took his goals last weekend was quite impressive. And then we move to Fulham versus Crystal Palace. I think this is actually an upset with Crystal Palace. I'm giving Crystal Palace the win. For Arsenal and West Ham, I'm going to be giving Arsenal the win and giving them a 2-0 win, which is going to come around the 60 to 80th minute. I think it's going to be a tough game for them, but they are going to find a way. For Fulham versus Crystal Palace, I believe Crystal Palace are going to win this game just based on kind of how Fulham has been playing. They play really well today. I think they won against Nottingham Forest, and then there's like a high and then there's a trough. So I believe Crystal Palace is going to win that one and probably win it around 2-1-ish. Probably a goal for Mateta and Eze, if Eze is firing. Aston Villa versus Chelsea. Oh, this is going to be, I think, an Aston Villa win. I think they are due for a bounce back, especially after that difficult game against Liverpool. I think they are definitely going to bounce back, and with the attacking prowess that they have, it is honestly Chelsea's nightmare to see Aston Villa right now. And then on Sunday, we are looking at Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, which is going to be a really good one because both sides are fighting for the top 4 position. But I think Newcastle, after the demolition that they got against Manchester City, would not want to drop points in this game. So the likes of Isak, the likes of Harvey Barnes, Trippier, Gimenez, Tonali, all those things will be overwhelming to Nottingham Forest, and I think Nottingham Forest loses 2-0 to Newcastle. Now the big game is Manchester City versus Liverpool. We all understand that somebody's going to drop points. someone is going to drop points, and this is why Arsenal needs to win against Liverpool. If they win against Liverpool, then we are seeing a lot more of it could become quite interesting, if you understand what I mean. So it is a big one. It is something that I am looking forward to. I'm going to be keeping you guys updated on everything that happens. Of course, if you join the live, you would see it most on time and whatever in that sense. Manchester City, I think, will come out victorious in this one. I think they have figured out something with Nico in their midfield. Even though it did not work out against Madrid, Madrid is a different beast. They have too many strikers, and I think Liverpool are figuring or finding out that their squad is not as strong as they want it, especially in the attacking line. So it's going to be a Man City win, in my opinion. I think it's going to be a 2-1 or a 2-0 in this situation. That is the weekend preview in my sense. I think this is a comprising video of like what I have in predictions and the situation of that nature. So make sure you guys comment down below on anyone that you guys feel I got wrong or is going to happen the other way. Let me know in the chat so I know, and we can basically like shout you out if you get it right and I get it wrong, of course. Let me know down in the comments. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss anything here on Pillah Sports. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.